Look, I think this is exactly what I wanted to see out of the Houston Rockets. I know a lot of people are being critical of the execution in the fourth quarter and trying to kind of dive down and dig deep into where everything went wrong. But what went right was the two guys that you keep holding out hope could be your franchise players ended up showing you a lot of good signs in terms of leading you down that path. The role players that played had a chance to step up. Rockets showed you that they can do a lot of things to give you hope, as you were talking about with the Texans, in terms of where this franchise could be headed.
No, and, as opposed to 2 nights ago when they played 10 deep, but they didn't have Jalen Green and they didn't have Kevin Porter Jr., and they got just run out the door. They were competitive with the Lakers yesterday, and both Green and Porter started. Combined between the two of them had 46 points and 13 assists. They combined to, shoot 9 of 18 from 3. So if you were watching the game, even though they lost, you're happy with what you saw from Green. You're happy with what you saw from KPJ. Christian Wood had a decent game.
Effort-wise in the fourth quarter, Pat, it was killing me. Defense-wise in the fourth quarter, killing me. It's not often, Pat, that you look at a team that shoots better than 50% from the floor, better than 40% from 3, and loses the game. When you look at those elements, and then you ask the question why, when you look at a box score, it becomes effort, it becomes second chances and offensive rebounding, and it becomes defensive when you start looking at switching, rotating, guarding in the low post. Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James had their way on the low block all night long, and when they weren't scoring, they were passing out of it for easy baskets. That's where the Rockets lost the game last night.
And that's what I mean by decent game, because on the defensive glass, he got killed. And for LeBron James made his first ever start at center last night. LeBron had a triple-double that included 11 boards. Russell Westbrook had a triple-double that included 12 boards. Carmelo Anthony, 9 freaking rebounds last night. And the Rockets' big man in the middle, well, he got 6. And you need more from that, from Christian Wood. And this goes back to that whole, is Christian Wood a max player? These are he shot pretty well. He shot well from the field. He shot well from 3. He had 3 assists. He had 3 steals. He had a block. He got taken to school on the boards. Carmelo Anthony, can't jump over a shoe, and he had 9 rebounds.
Hey guys, I want to tell you real quick about Fitz Roofing. I love the people at Fitz Roofing because they take care of Houstonians every step of the way. It starts with a free no obligation inspection. All you do is call them, 832-521-3001. No matter what you need done, they come to you, tell you what they can do. They go back with the rest of their day. You want them to come back, you book them, and they do great customer service before, during, and after the sale. You can check out all the ways that they can help you at fitzroofing.com. But believe me, Fitz Roofing, making a difference one home at a time.
This is where, like when we were talking yesterday about, I want to trade him before he gets hurt, which happens a lot. I want to trade him before he goes through some kind of slump. I want to trade him while his value is high. I want to tell you what, teams are looking at him and going, oh, he's scoring points. He's getting some boards. He's doing some other things. Look, he shot a high percentage. I want to trade him while those things are going on. And what's the deadline? Like February 10th around there?
Mid-February, yeah.
So, we're 6 weeks away to the deadline. I don't need to wait 6 weeks. Last night, Eric Gordon had 13 points. Well, he was 5 of 6 from the field, hit both his threes. Honestly, I would have liked to have seen Eric Gordon take a few more shots, especially in a game where you're close. And Eric Gordon has, he had this one really nice move in the first half where he blows past a defender and hits a little teardrop off the beautiful shot. And why? EG plays one major role, score. Well, why the hell isn't he shooting more? But again, high percentage. We don't need to wait until February here. Let's get them going.
Well, we talked about it, Pat. You want to see a veteran shoot more. I want to see the young guys do, the ability to shoot as much as possible when they're open so that we can see exactly what they can be. And that's why when we talked about it earlier this week, I think the quicker you can find a home for not only Eric Gordon, whose stock couldn't be higher, and even though he didn't get that many points last night, true NBA aficionados that are trying to enhance their rosters are going to look at it and go, like you said, shot the ball well from three. When he needs to, he can put it on the floor. He's a perfect guy that can fit into my rotation and make me have a better chance to win on a nightly basis. Christian Wood's a guy that he's more of a niche player in terms of which playoff team he could help. A team like Golden State, maybe a team like Philadelphia, a team that needs a versatile big that could score and get you some rebounds, but doesn't have to be looked at as a guy that has to do everything like the Rockets are looking at him and their fan base is. Could be a guy you could find a home for, has value, gets you assets in return, and gives you more minutes on the floor for Sengun. This is what you're trying to do. You're trying to do addition by subtraction in the fact that from the standpoint of you're giving up good players, but hopefully you're getting a lot in return in terms of assets. But more so than anything else, you're clearing up more minutes and more shots and more opportunities for your young nucleus and your young core that you're trying to develop. You have talent upon talent that you see on the roster that even with guys that you add, that you start. David Nwaba looks like a guy that, look, he gave a hell of a defensive effort on LeBron James. He could be a defensive stopper that you could call on to come off the bench in the next couple of years.
They had 4 blocks last night.
Played good defensively. Doesn't have to do too much. Doesn't have to do more than that. You got enough guys that are going to try and put the ball in the basket. You need guys that are going to get those guys the ball. You need guys that are going to rebound the ball. Guys are going to defend the right way. And the one thing you don't need is guys that are taking up minutes and salary and time that really don't want to be here, that in the end game for you, you don't want to be here either.
And understand, when I say I want Eric Gordon to shoot more, it is ultimately with the same goal that you have of getting the young guys to have more minutes and shoot more. I want Gordon to shoot because I want his value to be maximum, and then I want him to get him out of here for a bigger return as they can get, move the young guys into the spot. I want him to shoot while he's here so that they can get him out of here faster, if you understand what I'm saying there.